Da-na-na, da-na-na.
All right, we're here with Jonathan Tum Tum Felton. We recently did a segment on him and his gameplay in Sunday football, and he requested to have an interview because he felt like if some things were understated and things like that. So, with me today we have John Tum Tum Felton.
Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you. I appreciate
No problem.
that.
Now, what subject would you like to touch on first?
First subject is the scrub of the week.
All right, now, a few comments were made that you have it because you were a high caliber player that just didn't come through for your team. Not as a high caliber player, you have to respect that comment. But we realized then that Ozzy is a scrub of the week. He had fumbled, didn't have any touchdowns, no receptions, no kind of yardage, and no team picked him up. He was unsigned. He was on the practice squad at first. Now, how do you feel being on the same boat with him?
Well, I feel I can mentor him, tutor him. The way he started running after the fumble, he had a couple of good runs, but then he fumbled again. You know, I'm talking to him. You got to hold the ball, keep the ball up tight like that, keep your legs moving. If you feel it's too much, just go down, you know?
So, do you feel that if you worked with him enough that he will be a big name player?
Yes, I do. I seen his Facebook picture. It looks like he's stiff-arming somebody. But
How
that's just
about-
what it looks like.
How about the line when Michael said that Jesus couldn't even make him a star? How do you feel about that comment?
Jesus made Tebow a quarterback. That's my answer to that, sir.
All right. Now, we're going to touch bases on the Land Shark. Usually you're not on the same team, and you usually have to go up against him and his Iron Man dynamic duel set. How do you feel about the Iron Man Land Shark whole thing?
It's the hardest thing to stop. Two of the hardest people to tackle. Iron Man, shake and bake, he can run through you. Land Shark, you can't get past him. But on offense, he makes unbelievable catches. Defense, everything's unbelievable with that duo.
So Sunday, you're going to probably be faced up with that again. Do you have any way on trying to minimize their gain and maximize yours?
One thing, I am going to try to hold on to the ball, focus more, not focus on the hit that's coming. Another thing, hopefully Kevon will come. Pac-Man maybe open it up a little bit, and maybe Mike Sr. can be on his job.
All right, now, how do you feel about Jakari's grade? How do you feel about his performance for the last couple weeks? He said that he's being referred to now as a loud pack. He's no longer hitting like Aries. Do you agree with that?
No, not at all. That is the subject I want to touch base on the most. Now, he says I was a scrub. He caught one pass all game. I caught 7 touchdowns, but I give it to him. He had one for a touchdown, but when I had 7, he had 1 catch. Well, he had 2, but it was a screen that didn't go nowhere because I stopped it. I respect that 1 touchdown, but he's the scrub. I think
feel like
he
he
should
should
up
be-
there with the scrub of
You
the
should
week.
feel he should be nominated for Scrub of the Week also.
Him and Zion.
Him and Zion. Zion Z Black Massey. TOS. The Bullet, if you would. How do you feel about his play?
Defense, he can lock up. He had me locked up a couple times. But I was open on the comebacks. But offensive-wise, he got to get it together.
All right. Now, speaking of offense, how do you feel on Jakari's great offensive performance?
Well, as of lately, I hear when Kevon's on him, he makes a lot of spectacular plays. But when I'm on him, I bully him. He doesn't do anything on offense.
Now, you just referred to Pac-Man. So, would you say his defense is suspect?
It's been a while since I played with him, so I'd have to judge it on this Sunday's performance.
All right. Now, Team Them. They're, you would say, a team full of misfits. Now, how do you feel they'll do against the mighty defense of Team Us?
It's going to be a tough defense to stop. We need our quarterback to come and perform. Instead of just taking shots and just hitting the short routes, the curls are wide open.
All right, now, we're talking about Mike Sr. Corker.
Yep.
Would you rate him as one of the worst or one of the best out of the quarterbacks that's done played against Iron Man and his team?
Well, Iron Man. I'd say he has off and on games. Sometimes he's exactly on point. Other times he isn't.
All right, now, his running ability, what do you believe of it?
He just got to tuck the ball. When little dude from down... No, that's not little dude.
Little Ashman, or is who you referring to?
Ashy Man. When he knocked the ball out,
Yes.
that's when I knew the game was over.
All right, how about when Jakari comes up and takes the ball from him?
That great defensive play on Jakari Grace half. Our quarterback should have tucked it, realized defense was coming where they could hit the ball out of his hand.
I'll ask you this. Would you rather have Chris Corker or Donnell Holton as your QB?
Chris Corker.
Chris Corker? All right, how about on defense?
Chris Corker.
Chris Corker over Donnell Holton.
Only because Chris Corker, he does have lots of big plays. He doesn't tackle, but he has takeaways, which I'll take that.
All right, now, I'll personally choose Donnell Holton because of his... He has defensive takeaways also. He'll come up on the run,
Yeah,
and he comes down hard.
that's the part. He tackles.
But he also actually has picks on his record. From the Turkey Bowl and all. He had multiple picks, multiple come-up big hits, fumbles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You're
Chris
100%
Corker,
right on that.
Chris Corker does have interceptions, but he's a shaky person. He'd get an interception and either loses the ball on that play, or he can't keep possession the whole drive. Do you feel that Chris Corker is a clutch player? This ain't the good weed, but it's the weed.
Damn. That's some good shit. What was the question, sir?
It was Chris Corker being clutch.
I feel his best performance comes in the middle of the game. He can't finish strong like he should.
Now, I refer to football as playing chess because I'm a chess player myself. Now, would you feel his end game is very weak?
Yes, it is.
Now, is that why y'all been losing lately because of Chris Corker? Who is the weakest link on your team, do you think?
You're only as good as your weakest link. As
Or-
I heard from a wise man.
You're very correct. But who would you, on the team would you say is your weakest link?
I'd say me.
What the fuck?
Now, is it, which way would you better? How do you think you can better yourself to help better your team?
Just gotta, instead of yelling at him like I've been doing to get me the ball, start passing, be smart instead of just taking deep shots and stupid plays. You just need to be on point, recognize where we